Hello everyone, Lawrence from Unicorn Reviews here. In my quest to become the very best, like no sim racer ever was, I felt like I needed to upgrade my pedals. I decided to give Sim Lab's brand new XP1 pedals a go. I bought these with my own money, so I need about 150,000 views on this video just to break even. Please subscribe. Sure, 500 euros for a 2-pedal set seems steep, but depending on what you compare against, it's actually pretty reasonable. What sets the XP1s apart from similarly priced competition is the build quality. Every brand and their dog seems to have laser-cut sheet metal pedals at this price range. And in my opinion, those pedals look like DIY projects. And Acetec has cast metal pedals, but they don't offer the spacing flexibility that the XP1s do. The XP1s are gorgeous pieces of metal with all sorts of three-dimensionality to them, and they are super adjustable and manage to do so without needing many tools or sacrificing stiffness. There's no side-to-side play, and the brass bushings with a little bit of lithium grease are as smooth as can be. To make sure you can get comfy with these, the mounts are slotted, meaning you have limitless longitudinal mounting options. Bolts with both spring nuts and nylocks are supplied as well, that's always nice. And if you don't want to angle your rig's pedal plate, then you can angle the pedal inner part by loosening just 2 bolts by half a turn. The pedal faceplate can also be angled and mounted at 2 different heights. Sadly though, for me with European size 44 feet, even the lowest position on these pedal faceplates was too high up, and I actually ended up inverting the faceplates and adding a 45mm raised heel plate. Other people seem to have the same problem according to the comments on my unboxing video, so maybe that's something for Sim Lab to look into. Furthermore, the cutouts in the pedal faceplates are quite large and deep, and this made heartbreaking painful, almost as if the sole of my left foot was getting pinched into that hole. Wearing shoes or the quite ridiculous Sparko Hyperspeed socks fix this. However, I think Sim Lab needs to redesign the faceplates. I would also prefer a wider plate for the brake pedal and an extra skinny one for the clutch, which I don't have. Other than the pedal faceplates though, this is a very positive review. It took me a few hours of testing and experimenting to find the sort of feel that I like, but I think that's the beauty of these pedals. Everything is super adjustable, and while it will take you some time to get everything to your liking, it means that you will eventually get everything to your liking, which can't be said of other pedals. Talking about adjustability, on the throttle side, you can toolessly adjust the stroke of the pedal with the little blue set screw in the front. You can change the spring out by undoing a little clasp and taking out the entire assembly. Different spring stiffnesses are provided with the lightest one pre-installed, and I actually went with the lightest spring as I found the heavy spring just too stiff for my liking. You can adjust preload quite easily as well, but it should be kept to a minimum. There are 3 mounting holes on the pedal arm. The lower you go, the lighter the spring will feel, but you have to keep in mind that changing the mount hole also changes the leverage curve on the spring, and I found anything but the highest hole gave too much of a regressive feel, almost like pressing a clutch pedal, and I wanted a very linear feeling, so I went with the lightest spring in the highest hole. If you thought the throttle pedal was highly adjustable, then you ain't seen nothing yet. Let's move to the brake pedal. It's a 200 kilogram load cell, which is just way overkill given that F1 cars are about 180 kilograms and they actually give you 6 Gs of brake assistance. Anyway, you can again change the linearity using the 3 holes, where the top hole is the most linear feeling and the bottom hole is more regressive feeling. A 4th hole here is also present, and it's also on the throttle pedal because all the arms are the same, but I don't know what it's for. Maybe it's for the clutch. I don't have the clutch, so I can't make sure it's for the clutch. Could also be for a damper upgrade later on maybe, could be for a vibration motor, who knows. Included with your brake pedal are 3 springs and 4 elastomers, so that's 40A all the way up to 70A in 10A increments. I'm personally running the medium spring with the 50A gyrometer elastomer, as I find it gives me a good balance between both modulation and long run consistency. Imagine getting too tired and not being able to fully depress the brakes anymore 2 hours into a stint. Now you can definitely turn this brake pedal into gym equipment. I mean, it is a 200 kilogram load cell, but I find it pretty important to match the spring to the elastomer. At first I ran the lightest spring with the 60A elastomer to give me like a very firm pedal with a little bit of dead zone, but I noticed some clunking noise. Now, the way that happens is these are round springs, and when you fully collapse the spring, they shift inside their saddle a little bit, which feels and sounds weird. I think rectangular springs would completely solve this, so maybe that's something for Sim Lab to look into. Brake travel is a very hot topic in sim racing, and the XP1, in my opinion at least, is a medium travel brake. You can't adjust the amount of stroke it has, but there is the little blue dial which does absolutely nothing on the brake pedal side. It's just to keep the same part number as the throttle pedal. Now imagine the no ABS borderline cheating if the blue screw was actually useful and you could set it to max out at a certain threshold braking pressure. The brake pedal is super smooth, it's incredibly stable side to side with zero play at all, and it's easy to get used to. Now Sim Lab says it's a dual stage damper. There's really no damper included in the brake pedal at all, but you have two stages of compression, being both the spring and the elastomer. Now once you set it up correctly, it's very easy to get used to and just have repeatable braking all the time, so I really like that part. I also love that you don't need any tools to adjust the feel of your brake. As long as you don't need to adjust the angle of the assembly or the angle of the faceplate, then no tools are required at all. Now of course with sim racing, the more money you spend, the faster you will go. Everybody knows that. So performance wise, these actually didn't make me any faster than I was on Fanatec's CSL load cells with the Sim Race Engineering blue spring in there. They're just more adjustable, more comfortable when set up correctly after some fiddling about, and also, more importantly, they just look a whole lot better. Perhaps the two-stage spring and elastomer combo can help in iRacing without ABS, but I'm a ACC player and I'm just as slow on these pedals as I am on pedals half the cost. One little thing which is not shown anywhere on the product page but is in the manual is the controller box. This little plastic box is fairly limited in mounting options and also uses a micro USB connector, so thumbs down for that one. Now I do really like that 2 lengths of telephone cable are provided, so your install is as clean as possible, but micro USB in 2023 is just a big thumbs down for me. And so let's quickly move on to the software side, which is pretty basic, but it does everything you'd expect it to without any hiccups really. You do need a separate firmware updater for now, but it looks like that will be integrated into Sim Lab's Race Director software quite soon. Now I do want to add that Sim Lab really needs to update their Discord link in both the manual and on their website, and that they should provide the latest version of the software on their site. For me, the pedals weren't detected with the version I downloaded, and the software would only auto-update once I've restarted my computer with no update button in the software. So overall, Sim Lab did a really good job with these. They look and feel amazing while providing heaps of adjustability at what I think is a fair price. They managed to keep this price so low by using almost the exact same parts between all 3 pedals, but this doesn't negatively impact performance at all. My only problem with these pedals are those faceplates. Maybe those super tall Dutch people designed the faceplates for size 50 shoes, who knows, but I think the faceplates are an easy enough to solve problem. They can easily create side grade parts, it's just little blocks of aluminium anyway. Now I would love to get side stops, especially on the throttle side, but also on the brake because I only use 2 pedals. Maybe a wider brake faceplate would also be nice. Stuff I would love is a rumble pack, so you can actually have some sort of feedback from ABS, but that could maybe fall under the Grid brand. I find the whole Grid and Sim Lab branding a little bit confusing. I thought maybe all the electronic stuff is Grid and all the just mechanical stuff is Sim Lab, but then where do pedals and their shifter and the handbrake fall? I don't know. Anyway, I'm a very satisfied customer with my XP1s, and I think most people will be too, probably including you. Thank you all very much for watching my review of the XP1s. Let me know what you think about these pedals. Please like, share, subscribe. As I said, I need 150,000 views on this video just to break even, so hit that subscribe and the bell and the share and all those buttons. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers!